Before I get into this video, I'm going to make two quick disclaimers. Number one, Iran is safe to travel to. Despite what you hear in the media, and especially United States media, Iran is a safe country to travel to. United States citizens are not targeted. You will be fine if you travel to Iran. It is no scarier or more dangerous than any other country in the world. And the second disclaimer is Iran has all the amenities that you will need. Wi-Fi, service, hotels, transportation, all the amenities you need, no worries. It's safe to travel to and you will have everything that you need. So, if you want more information about traveling to Iran, please keep watching. Hi guys! Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm so excited to be filming this for you today. This is a video that I have been wanting to film for a very long time, but I wanted to make sure that I got it right and I got all the information for you guys. This is going to be all about traveling to Iran. I'm going to split this video into 4 sections. The first section I'm going to talk about getting a visa to go to Iran. The second section is going to be what you're going to need to go to Iran. The third section is going to be all about the different cities that you can travel to and what to do in those cities. And the fourth section is going to be frequently asked questions about going to Iran. So let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is gaining a visa to go into Iran. If you're a citizen of most countries outside of the United States, getting a visa to Iran is actually pretty easy. Most countries can just fly to Iran and get the visa inside the Iranian airport when they get there. But for a United States citizen, it is a little bit more difficult. You have to reach out to the Iranian interest section of the Washington, D.C. embassy, and you have to get your visa through them. I'm not sure how long this process takes. I would assume that it would take a couple months and a couple $100s, but I'm sure it's easily gettable once you start the process. The only people that can go into Iran without a visa are Iranian citizens. If you were born in Iran or your parents were born in Iran, you're good. The first thing you have to consider if you're trying to go to Iran is getting your visa. So that's the first thing that you have to get, and once you get your visa, then you can start actually planning your trip. So section 2, the different things that you're going to need when you go to Iran. If you're like me and you keep your old phones, I recommend busting one out that still works and using it as your Iran phone. When you get to Iran, you can actually take out the SD card of your phone and put an Iranian SD card in it and then just use like service in Iran. You go to like the supermarkets and you can get little internet charge cards or whatever and just put them on your phone. It's actually really easy. And in Iran, they have really good LTE. They actually have pretty good service and data. So you can have like internet on your phone anywhere you are, and it actually connects pretty well and it works pretty much all the time. You probably can't use your current phone unless it's paid off with the service that you're using. I know it doesn't make much sense because the American telephone system works very differently than a lot of systems. But basically, I can't use this phone, which is my current United States phone. I can't use this in Iran because it has a Sprint contract in it. When the Sprint contract is over, the phone will be unlocked and I could use it anywhere. Does that make sense? It may or may not make sense, but take your phone and you can probably put an SD card. Having a cell phone with service obviously makes you feel so much safer. You can contact your family at all times and you can contact whoever you need at all times. If you're going with friends, it's super important. If you're going to see family or whatever, it's pretty important to have a phone, so consider that. There's a couple different apps that you're definitely going to need. You're going to need a couple VPN apps. These are going to help you get to whatever site that you want. Some sites in Iran are blocked, so these different VPN apps, I like to download multiple, but just download a couple. And then a very, very important app to have is this one right here. It's called Snap. And essentially what it is, it's like Uber for Iran. So it's really, really helpful if you want to get to destinations, which obviously you do. So yeah, it's important to have a phone and then to have VPN and Snap on that phone. Next very important thing you're going to need is covering clothes. Specifically if you're a woman, but even men. Iran is obviously an Islamic country and it's very conservative. So if you're a man, try not to pack shorts. Try to pack longer pants and no tank tops. Short sleeve shirts are okay. Just make sure they're not too short. And if you're a woman, obviously there are specific rules to adhere to. So you're going to have to cover your arms and your head. To cover my body, I usually get like something like this. I got this one from H&M. I think it was like 10 bucks. Just something that covers the arm. It doesn't have to completely cover your arm. Like you see, my arm kind of comes out at the end here. But this would be definitely good enough. And then something that goes past your butt would be the best. And then you're also going to need something to cover your hair. I like to get these off of Amazon. You can get whatever color for pretty cheap. Or you can just go to Target or whatever. Try to get something silkier or softer to not damage your hair too, by the way. Next thing that you'll definitely need is a plug converter. I'm not sure what this one's called, I'm so sorry. But these is the same kind of plugs that they use all over the Middle East, in Turkey, in Egypt I know. I think they use this in like China, even in like all of Asia. It's very important to have a plug converter, obviously. It's really frustrating to get to that country and then realize you don't have this, so you can't like charge anything or do anything. So make sure you have a plug converter. And then other things to consider would be a portable charger. There's not as many plugs in Iran as in other countries, so having a portable charger or even a couple portable chargers is really nice, especially if you're going to do excursions and go out and see Iran. Obviously a camera would be really nice. Try to think of entertainment to take yourself. So last time I went to Iran, I downloaded a bunch of Netflix onto my iPad and it was so nice. I just watched my shows when I was bored. You could also download podcasts, books. You could take books, coloring books, crossword puzzles, different games, different apps. Definitely consider that because there might be times that you don't have internet connection and you're just really bored. So take entertainment for yourself. I always like to take a few snacks that I really like and that I might miss. Also different chips and just things that you have in your hometown all the time and that make you feel at home. Take them. Also consider taking the toiletries that you love. You can actually find a lot of like popular toiletry brands in Iran. Like I know they have Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner. They have like Pantene. They have like Colgate toothpaste and stuff. So they have a lot of the bigger names. But if you have something specific that you love, it's probably not going to be found in Iran. So make sure you take the toiletries that you love. And then I always recommend people to take pepper spray or a taser anywhere they go in the world. This is not specific to Iran, but it just makes a person feel better, especially a woman, if you know that you have a pepper spray or a taser or something in your bag or in your pocket to ward off the creeps. So moving on to section 3, I'm going to talk about all the different places you can go in Iran and why. Also, I'm going to Iran this year, so I'm going to be taking videos of all these places, so maybe that will help you be able to decide where you want to go. And I am so excited to go to Iran again. For somebody who's never been to Iran or never really thought about it, it's probably hard to decide what city to even go to because, like, you know nothing about it. If you're going to Iran for more than a couple weeks, I definitely recommend going to more than one city. Every city has something different to offer. And every city has like hundreds of attractions. So if you have the time, I do recommend going to multiple. But if you're only there for a week or two, I would say go to either Tehran or Shiraz if you just have a short amount of time. Because Tehran's obviously the capital of Iran, there's so much to do there, but it's also a very modern city. So if you're looking for something a little bit more cultural and historical and more of that Iran feeling, I would say go to Shiraz because it has a lot more history, basically. Not that Tehran doesn't, but those two cities I would just say are the most must-see cities of Iran, Tehran and Shiraz. So pick one of those two if you have a short amount of time. But if you have longer times, here is what I recommend for you. Like I said before, all these places have amenities that you would need. Hotels, tour guides, restaurants, Wi-Fi, whatever. So don't be worried about not having those things. So the north of Iran is a magical place. Like, it is lush, green, rainforests, like, air is just pure. Like, it's so beautiful and amazing there. I love the north of Iran if you have time to go there. Different options would be you could go to Hamadan, One of the main attractions there is called Alisad Cave. It's a cave that's actually pretty recently been discovered, and you can like take a boat in it and walk in it, and it's like mystical. It's so cool. Or you could go more north and go to Rash. There are mountains with like castles at the top and just lush greenery. It literally feels like you're in a fairy tale. Like, it's insane. One of my favorite places is called Qal'e Babak. Some people actually call it Qal'e Hesami, which is my last name. Hi. And there's really cool little cities like Masule and just cities that are ingrained into the mountains. Like, oh, the north of Iran is so beautiful. Also in the north section would be Tehran. Tehran has the most to offer in all of Iran. You can go to Golestan Palace, which is a palace. It's like the last used palace in Iran. So incredible. You can go to the Milad Tower, the Azadi Tower. There are so many beautiful malls and cafes and restaurants. There's a place called Darband, which is like shops and restaurants and hookah and tea and all these places within a mountainside. And the things to do in Tehran are endless. There are rich streets, there are jewelry stores, like there's so much to do there. Moving more towards the center of Iran, I would say the most beautiful cities would be Esfahan. Esfahan's another city that has a lot of culture. There's Siyosepol Bridge. I don't know much about Esfahan, but there's a lot of culture there too. It kind of competes with Shiraz, but I would say Shiraz has more culture. And then there's Yazd, and Yazd is a really important place if you like Zoroastrianism, which is a religion that I love. It's basically the first religion of the world, and the Zoroastrian pilgrimage is in Iran. It's in Yazd. It's called Chak. That's something you could do there. Also, Yazd is pretty much in the desert, so if you want to see the deserts of Iran, that's where you should go. And the deserts of Iran are insanely beautiful. And then working towards the south of Iran, I would say the most important places to see are, number one, Shiraz. I obviously go to Shiraz. That's where all of my Iran videos are from. That's where we go. That's where I'm from. I love Shiraz so much. I would say the most important things to see in Shiraz would be Persepolis, which is the ruins of the ancient Persian Empire. It's so like there's such a like intense feeling when you go there because there's just so much history. There's also Nasir al-Mulk Mosque, which is such a beautiful mosque. Shah Cheragh is another must-see mosque. Bazar Vakil is a must-see bazaar in Shiraz. And then there's different tomes of dead poets like Hafez and Sadi. Yeah, Shiraz is amazing. And on top of all of that, there are endless restaurants and food and fun and stuff like that to do as well. Also in the south, there are two very beautiful islands that you could go see. The first one is called Qesh. It is known for its beautiful white rocks and like incredible geology. And the second one is called Quiche. Quiche is a very basic like beach island. Like you think like Puerto Rico, Mexico, like Costa Rica, like a place to go have fun. Quiche is actually the number one like travel destination for people within Iran. Like a lot of people will honeymoon there or go there to go shopping, go to the beach, whatever. Those are beautiful must-see places. So finally, we are in section 4 of this video. I'm gonna answer some frequently asked questions about traveling to Iran. So the number one question is it safe? Like I hit on a little bit at the beginning of this video, yes. Iran is definitely one of the safest countries to visit, especially in the Middle East. Every single year that I go to Iran, there are people that try to put fear into me. And honestly, there have been times that I have been scared myself because of our president and other people's ignorance. Like, it is a little scary. Honestly, and very honestly, very truly, like, I have never felt unsafe in Iran. And there's never been, like, an honest threat of, like, invasion or something like that. At the beginning of the presidency of this carrot, it did scare me a little bit, honestly, because I didn't know what he was gonna do. I didn't know, like, what's happening in his head. Now that we are towards the end of that presidency, hopefully. Hopefully, please God. I'm not as afraid. And especially because of like just stuff that's happened in foreign policy, I do think things have calmed down a little bit. It is safe. There's no threat to United States citizens. There's no threat to foreigners. Iranians are not evil. Iranians actually fight terrorism within the Middle East. They are not a part of it. So yeah, it is safe. It is safe. As long as there's no war in any country, it's safe to go to it. It's fine. You get to a point where you're like, and everything is dangerous. I could walk outside and a freaking rock could kill me, like fall out of the sky and kill me. You can't not live because of threats and risks and things. But there are no threats and risks, which is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's safe. Don't worry. Another question, is it safe specifically for women? Again, I say yes. I would say for anybody going to Iran, a woman or man, I would say don't go alone. I mean, it's not dangerous to go alone, but like, it's not really fun. You should definitely know somebody, whether it be a friend in Iran or you go to Iran with somebody. It might be scary to feel alone in a country and just like with no guidance. So yeah, it is safe for women. Just make sure you have the proper clothes. And like I said before, if you have like pepper spray or a taser, I would definitely recommend taking that or getting one of those before going. Another question is, will I be okay not knowing Farsi? The answer to that is yes. Most people know English, or at least conversational English. And a lot of people love speaking it if they know how to. So also, everywhere that you go, especially if it's a tourist attraction, will have English like written around. All the signs are also written in Farsi and English, so you will be fine even if you don't know Farsi. Is transportation easy within Iran? Yes. Like I said, you can get the Snap app and it's just like Uber. You can also get a taxi anywhere. They're all over the streets and all over the airports. I'm sure any hotel that you stay at will help you with transportation, will call. Another frequently asked question, is it safe for unmarried couples? Yes. So Iranian couples have to be married to get hotel rooms and stuff, but if you are a foreigner, you're fine. For the most part, you are fine. Nobody's going to ask you for proof of marriage. If you're married to an Iranian person, or if you're within Iran, yes, have your proof of marriage. But if you're just a foreign couple, you are fine. You can get hotel rooms. The worst that I've heard is that, like, a hotel will give you 2 separate rooms instead of 1 together. But, like, you can go into the same room. It's fine. Next question is, can you backpack through Iran? Yes and no. I've heard of people backpacking through Iran. It's not as easy as like backpacking through Europe or something. If you are going to backpack through Iran, I would say really like think about where you're going to go and find the places that you're going to go. If you're going to stay with people, find them on the internet, find them on Instagram, DM them, be like, hey, I'm backpacking through Iran. Can I stay with you? Please don't kill me. Or, you know, find hotels. Make sure you're going to places that have places for you to sleep. But it is definitely possible. I would say if you're going to backpack through Iran, fly into the north of Iran and start there, and then just take a bus and go all over. That actually sounds wonderful. Can you use credit cards in Iran? No. There are ATM machines, but like it's so expensive to pull out money. I definitely say take a lot of cash with you, as much as you can, and then exchange it there. Iran is a relatively cheap country to travel to and to be in, like to eat in, and hotels and things you buy are relatively cheap. So you're getting a lot for the money that you put into the trip. So yeah, absolutely have cash with you and just exchange it there. That would be the easiest thing to do. Do I need a tour guide? Again, yes and no. If you're going to Iran without like an Iranian person or somebody to help you, I would definitely say a tour guide would be helpful. You will get a much fuller experience and you'll understand the place a little bit better. If you're not going to get a tour guide, I would definitely say get a book or research the place that you're going to go and pick out the spots that you're going to go, because it can be really overwhelming when you get there. There's so many different mosques and shops and different things to do. So pick out the different things you're going to do if you don't have a tour guide. If you know locals there, I would say you don't need a tour guide. Next question, can I drink alcohol? Can I eat pork? No. You'll definitely not find pork to eat. Alcohol, if you know the right people, but like, no, like, probably not. It's illegal, you can't buy it there, you can't take it into the country. Just don't drink for a while, it'll be great. Next question, do I have to agree with the politics and the religion? No. You just have to follow the rules, and basically the most important rule to follow is cover yourself up. Other than that, no. You don't have to agree with it, but like, don't protest it, because God knows what will happen to you. Next question, is photography okay? Yes. Anywhere that you shouldn't photograph, it'll usually say like no photography. I know jewelry stores are really weird about photography. That's the only time somebody's been like, hey, stop filming or stop taking a picture. I generally try not to like film when I see like an Islamic official around, just because I don't know if it's, I don't know. But yeah, for the most part, yes, photography is actually welcomed. A lot of people love posing for pictures. A lot of people will be willing to take pictures of you. But if you see no photography, don't take pictures. And if you're not sure, just ask. So when is the best time to go to Iran, and when is the cheapest time? I would say the best time to go would be spring. That is when New Year's is, and that's when everything is in bloom, and there's so many beautiful flowers, and the weather is just perfect. The second best time to go would be probably summer. Third best time would be fall, and the worst time to go would probably be winter, unless you're going to like the hotter places. But I feel like the cheapest time would be winter or like fall, like the end of fall towards winter. But the best time, weather-wise and just culture-wise, would be spring or summer. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope I put you at ease to going to Iran. It's such a beautiful, magical place. I really recommend it for everybody. I can't wait to take my American friends to Iran throughout the years. I can't wait to go to Iran this year and make more videos for you guys. I'm going to go all around this year. I'm not just going to stay in Shiraz. So I'm going to give you videos from all the places that I said, and hopefully that will help you decide where you want to go. Thank you again for watching. Please like this and subscribe. And yeah, bye!